Hi everybody, it's Colleen here. I am so glad you're back. We are wrapping up the career series here in June today, and I thought we could talk about manners at work because I hear so many people who start a new job and right off the bat they feel like they've alienated or offended their coworkers and they don't really know why. And more often than not, it comes down to manners and social graces. So I thought we could talk about a few things that are really common, and I'd love it if you would add any others that you have in mind in the comments below and continue this discussion because I think it'll be really helpful. So one of the things that I hear a lot is about people asking for things and not using please and thank you. So I really want to encourage you when you're asking someone to do something, even if you're demanding a subordinate to do something, add that please and thank you onto each end of it because it works wonders. You know, just respecting someone else's feelings that way will make them feel much more at ease with you. They'll be more cooperative and respectful of you as well. So keep that in mind. That applies, in email or telephone or in-person interactions. Get used to saying please and thank you. It's a nice thing to do. It's really good manners. Another thing, and this is one that can actually be quite hurtful and people don't know, is when someone sees you in the hall, maybe you've had this happen to you, I know I have. Someone sees me in the hall and walks up and says, "Hi, how are you?" And as I'm saying, "Oh, I'm fine, how are you?" they're 4 steps down the hall, and it's awful. I mean, you feel awkward, you feel rejected and shunned, and a lot of times people feel like that other person is rude. And I realize in some circles this is becoming kind of a rhetorical question and nobody expects the answer. But I really want to say don't be that person because it's not really a rhetorical question and it's not catching on in a widespread way. Literally, if you do this, you are going to be seen as rude. And I don't think that's the kind of work environment you want to create. So if you're the kind of person that says, "Hi, how are you?" pause, make eye contact, listen to their answer, and then respond appropriately. Now, if you don't want to start that conversation or you're doing this and you don't realize how offensive it is, I want to give you a couple options. So it's really, really nice just to say hello. It doesn't spark any kind of conversation and it acknowledges someone and makes them feel appreciated instantly. Other things you could just say, "It's nice to see you," "Good morning," "Good afternoon." Those are all very appropriate greetings that don't require any conversation, and after you say it, if you're 4 steps down the hallway, no one's going to feel offended. Another thing at work is that a lot of people feel like in the office everything is community property. And maybe it is technically, but people still feel ownership over their space. No matter how open your workspace is, people want to know that they're in control of a certain amount of space. They have their boundaries. So I want to encourage you to respect those, and the easiest way to do that is by using the words "may I." So if you walk up to someone's desk and you want to put your bag down, ask them, "May I put my bag down?" If you need something, ask, "May I borrow your chair, your pen, your stapler," whatever it is. If you want to hug them or something, ask them first, "May I give you a hug?" I've even had people say, "Can I shake your hand?" And it feels so special and it's so nice and it's never offensive to ask someone if you can invade their space or use their property. So keep that in mind, and along that line, if you do borrow something, be sure to return it because that's another pet peeve if someone borrows something and never brings it back. So you don't want to be that person who takes advantage of other people because that's really what happens when you act and you're oblivious to how you're affecting other people around you. They feel taken advantage of, and you don't want to create that with anyone in your team. So Please leave comments below or reach out through Twitter, Facebook, or Google Plus and let me know what other situations you've come across at work and how you've dealt with them, or ideas on how to gracefully handle bad manners in the workplace, whether they're someone else's or your own. We'd love to have that conversation. So next month in July, we're going to be talking about health and nutrition. So please also send me your comments and suggestions, questions, or topics that you'd like to cover or have me talk about. And I'd really appreciate that feedback. You can always email me privately as well at colleenbeancoaching@gmail.com. And I really look forward to hearing from you, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.